let me get this.
You want the authentic or you want a snapshot of the EP?
Well, I don't know what you're privileged
I could share. Come on.
We're just taking a taste because we know.
You want a taste? Okay.
We just want a little 30 seconds.
All right. I will give you the next song. I'm shooting a video for this song. It's called You, produced by Wetty Beats. Something very, very unique, brand new. Okay. Triniboi, Joocie. Here we go. Yeah. You alone. You gon' know what you want. You alone. I say you alone. Nobody knows. So do your thing and just start to get on. You alone. I say you alone. It's you. Do you? Even if you're here with your
Pause.
do you?
Wait. We gotta be careful, you know. We gotta be careful because, you know, boy, I don't know, this copyright. I don't wanna get blasted.
A little. Nah, but you're good, man. So let me see, boy. I don't know where to carry. We wanna go next. A little emotion.
Yeah.
Something from the EP.
Yes.
Okay.
Certainly. And this one is called?
Hardship. Very different. Okay. Yeah. Just believe it. Every day that I wake, man, I give thanks for these chances. Endless hardships. No one could have brought it. So I stayed focused. I had to achieve my targets. Must surpass it. Overtake this traffic. So whenever you're feeling distraught and defeated or lost, no matter the cost, just believe. And life does have a funny way to show.
And let me ask a question. What's the name of that song? Hardship. That song finished?
Nah, I just get it.
No, but wait, before you play anything, I hear that song.
Yeah.
And I'm also hearing a church choir of about 40 people.
That's the concept for the video. A church choir in the room. But hold on, no, because you go everything you hear, you go say you go ask something. So let me lay here this one.
This one is called what?
Brooks. To give you all the money, and what you're doing is so ordinary. You know you're wicked and you're bad, can you see? But anyway, I give you all the money, all the money, all the money. I give you all the money, all the money, all the money, all the money. Come on, all your fingers and your guan so. My head spinning in a cycle. There's plenty things I wanna do, but standard higher than the Eiffel Tower. Make she go to and Prada. She tell me say she don't want that. I give she Balenciaga. I think she out of order. You know what I mean? But anyway, I give she all the money. Anyway, you take give her all the money.
So the EP, I mean, that is just 3 songs.
Yeah.
We hear it. The EP is, in the sense of the production, it's a project with you and Wetty for the EP.
No, actually, different producer I'm working with. It's a guy from Nigeria.
So this is what I'm saying, because I can hear the Afrobeat influence in this one.
But
it is not strong Afrobeat, but it's really toned down, a soft tone to it, a really soft tone.
Well, it's Joocie and music.
Okay.
And that's what we've created. You know, we haven't put any labels to call it Afro or Soca or Afro Soca. Or,
it's just music.
It's just music. It's expression.
And you write
everything. Come on.
So, is there visuals for all of this?
Correct. Correct. So, we shot some stuff in Trinidad.
Because with this one here, I'm just doing my interpretation.
Yeah.
I am thinking that a proportion of that video should be in African wedding.
Can be.
Because what they, especially they give, you see the money when
Yeah.
they,
Yeah.
and I'm not saying that, I'm not isolating that you cannot recreate that in a Caribbean wedding, but I'm just saying it would be ideal to have something like that.
Yeah.
That's what I'm
Well,
saying.
it's a real. So the name of the song is called Brooks, but it's a real thing saying that, you're speaking about giving and you give so much until you become broke.
You be broke, yeah.
You know what I mean? But are you really broke by helping to facilitate for somebody to be amazing?
You're passing it on. What we have, listen.
And then you.
Let me say, I like what I'm hearing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm plain spoken, as you know, and this is straight talk.
Yeah.
You
Straight
know,
talk. Come
straight
on.
talk.
Then we have this one.
Triniboi, Joocie. Hey, I'm so grateful, yeah.
From the time I open my eyes and wake up, and I realize breath in my lungs, Lord, I can't help it but to start sending some praise up. Boy, I thank you God that my heart beating strong. I know where I come from, I know where I wanna go. I don't wanna die young. Jalo knows the simple wine feeling.
It's taking me over with attitude of gratitude. That's why I just grateful.
Cause I open my eyes today and favor keep finding me. Just humble and grateful. Cause even though I just fail in the end, I still prevail. No matter what, give thanks for your life. Give thanks for the soca. Give thanks for the memories and people all over. Some things you just can't change. You just gotta know that. Stay humble and grateful.
Tell me, let me ask this question. A song like Grateful, I don't know why I call it Grateful. What's the name of that song?
Grateful. Come on.
Okay. That for me is an obvious poke at dropping. I can see, you sure you want to drop this early or you want to hold this out and plant that seed in Trinidad? Because I know you have a beef with Trinidad. I know there's a beef.
There's
with
no,
Trinidad. There is a beef. There is a beef with Trinidad.
There's no beef here, but you know what it is? You know what it is too? Like in the most humblest way, like I work very hard to promote our culture outside now of Trinidad. And what I find can be challenging is that you have to go back and start from scratch every year in the sense of you had to beg for interviews or you had to, you know, like, I think it could be perspective, could be the way how you view it, but to me it's like, we need advocates outside of the, like for me, anybody who's promoting, for instance, soca in Africa, I want to know, yo, how can we work? How can we make things happen? If you come here, like I've always been a facilitator, I've always supported a lot of artists.
Yeah, I know you do it pretty.
From Trinidad who've come over here and I've facilitated, actually introduced them, passed the link, support, you know what I mean, contacts, XYZ. And I don't feel sometimes that's reciprocated.
You don't feel that in Trinidad with artists who are based there and you're not having a go at any specific artist. You don't feel that because of what you, I think what if I understand you clearly, you are doing what you're doing here. And for Trinidad and the Caribbean, the artist should see and appreciate what you do to even give you more help when you get there. To say, Joocie, you know, based on what you were doing here for culture and for us, because you're spreading the culture, let's, you know what, let's get this interview set up. This is the person you need to talk to.
100%.
So, you know,
and vice versa
the
by extension.
The promoters, you know, this is this guy, this is what he's doing. He could be on the show. He's good enough to be on the show. He has the material to be on the show.
100%.
Because sometimes you need somebody to introduce you. And you feel you don't get a just do as far as being introduced.
100%. And to me is like, you know, not to compare, but last year, for instance, I toured from May till December. Every weekend I was in a different country. Every weekend. From May 2023 till December 2023, I was touring all over the world. I don't think there's any other artist within the genre who was touring like me. And it's not just carnivals.
And still find time to drop punch of cream, sweet bread, pasta for people.
And still find time.
Yeah.
Still find time.
To make sure and give to people.
To make sure and give.
Yeah.
Went and, oh man. So, like, for me, it's like those kind of things. And I had to be real about it because, you know what, it is something that in your own home, you want to feel appreciated. You know what I mean? And, it's not for lookouts. Nobody asking for nobody to do anything or to hang the hat high. Nobody's saying that or nobody feels entitled. But it's just, to me, if any of those individuals was to come here, I would go out of my way to ensure that they are, you know, that they link proper, that they connected. But in saying that, there are some individuals who do that.
Who do that.
And I appreciate them.
So what if I understand you clearly, you might be onto something here, because what I realize that doesn't happen a lot in our industry is, and let me specifically speak to Trinidad. I rarely see artists who are quote unquote on top is actually
pulling. We don't.
We
don't. And I's friends with all of them.
And I'm not talking about with you in particular.
But it's a genre.
Because there's a brilliant little artist there. I call like Thurner, who I think is brilliant. Amazing little artist. And people just not seeing what it is he actually has in him.
But then you have
why?
But then you have this thing where are people threatened by the talent? Are people worried about their position? Are people, because you have to start thinking that, because it doesn't make sense. To me, it's like it's a win-win. So for instance, somebody like me, I'll give an example. If you don't rate it, you don't rate it. You're not going to like everybody, and not everybody will like everybody's sound or what everybody does. But one thing I would say is, like, when I was on the show, the amount of love internationally, globally, right, I received. Now, it's a thing where you know what I'm representing out here. It should be within your interests when I come home to widen your exposure of who you are with my contacts and to collaborate, and vice versa. That's how I see it. It's a trade-in. Nobody wants anything for free. Nobody expects anything. But for some reason, it doesn't happen a lot. And I don't know why. It's been like that, I guess, for years. So,
as a creative, do you feel that the whole mindset of how we absorb what we absorb needs to change? Because why does a creative need, especially in our industry, has to constantly be revamping himself on a yearly basis? So if you sang Bottle Over the Head, Bed of Roses, and a couple of other songs, why, if you put that out in 2023, why it is you now have to come and put music out again in 2024? Why? Is it because we as John public has come to expect that, why you feel you still have to do that, or we set it up in such that
I think it's set up in that. I think it's set up like that because, put it this way, other than Turn Me On, what other songs do you know of Kevin Little?
Home for Carnival.
Other than Home for, obviously your depth of the music, right? So you would know. But when we say Kevin Little, people know Turn Me On. Do people say Turn Me On is old or no? It's a classic. It's timeless. And why is that? It's because of what it did on a global scale, how it was marketed, and where it went, what it represented. That made it timeless. He didn't sing that just that one year thing. I don't know when he released it initially and from when it blew up, but I am aware, because I have certain people that I had conversations with who told me how that process went. Now, what I'm saying is, I think indirectly we hinder ourselves by having to release new music every year. It should be every 2 years at least.
And we should be billing on songs.
Because then you're forced to kind of, you're basically saying that your song have no value if you have to release.
Yeah, but I'm saying you're kind of almost, and for want of just blatantly speaking, you're rubbishing what we have.
What you have, because even a song like Wine in Paris, for me, stream-wise, it's done over almost 200,000 streams. You know what I mean? And it wasn't nowhere near it could be regarded as a bottle, but I started promoting this song about 3 years ago.
For me, my all-time favorite song of yours is Bed of Roses.
Yeah.
That is a song that
And look,
I love. And when you say, go and look for Triniboi, Joocie, Bed of Roses.
Yeah.
Listen to that song.
Yeah.
Wetty Beat.
Yeah.
I remember when you did the launch party, and that is a song.
And all of those things too.
Yeah.
How many, I guess, soca artists, you was there as well. You see the quality of how it was. The venue was small, but that it created that vibe of
But as you say that, I see you done that. But I see now, just the other day, I think is Gallon and Faye did a listening party. And I didn't really see that taking place in Trinidad
before.
I
mean, we could stand corrected, but look how long I did that.
Oh, and you did it
about 5-6 years in the city in London.
Yeah.
This is what I'm saying. So I've always kind of like, and that comes down to the way I view it, how I view the product, how I view presenting it. Remember, it was a night people come in, they get the surreal shots, the thing. Then they had the screen. Then you cut. It was put. Then it was
and
in.
it was using live stems.
Live stems.
There, yeah.
But I'm glad you was there to experience it. I know you had the footage too. You had to send some things. You have everything. But that's my whole point. Like I have always tried to present the culture or my talent, my art in the highest format. You know what I mean?
Let me go at it. Football or music?
Oh gosh, I watch me. Football or music? Well, music is my expression.
Music is your expression, so it's music.
Yeah, music is my expression. I'm able to tour the world and reach people with music. I'm not a professional footballer.
Royal Castle or Hot Shop Roti?
Royal Castle.
Okay. Carnival Stag?
Stag.
Okay.
But the new carib, I drink one Union, dark carib. Some kind of dark carib they have in Union. What?
Yeah, you like that. Corned beef and rice or bread and cheese?
Corned beef and rice.
Corned beef and rice.
I don't like it watery though. I like how I just make it. Some people add water in it and wash it down and
Punch of cream or sorrel?
Punch of cream.
God. You're a punch of cream, man?
Yeah, man.
You like a punch of cream?
Proper.
So, Christmas is really a thing for you?
A nice So my mom have a business which I support her and help to champion what she does. So
no, you're the brand ambassador because
I am the brand
ambassador. About your mom business because of you.
Yeah.
Brand ambassador.
And she makes the best of Trini products at that time of the year. And what we do as well is we go and we give out to like homeless and stuff, like give food and things because it's a time. Yeah,
it's a time to give. Yeah.
Every year I make sure and I do that. Day to day as well too. Like.
All right.
Yeah.
Time in the studio or time with your son?
Oh God! I'll bring my son in the studio. Nisha, yeah, I'll bring my son in the studio. So he getting time and he getting to learn what daddy doing to understand when daddy had to go and work. Why? So that inspires him.
How you feel about being a father at this stage of your life with everything else that's going on around you?
My son allows me to be focused a lot more than I was in the early. So in regards to financially, you have to structure what you're doing and how you're doing because you have a responsibility. But he also keeps me. I am happy to see that he's proud of me. I'm that example to him, So, it gives me a sense of purpose too.
And if you had to do all what you're doing now at this stage from the inception to now, all over again, would you?
Yeah, 100%.
So this is your passion, irrespective to the pitfalls.
It is. I love this. I love creating. Like, I think the day that I lose the interest of making, so there's 3 stages. There's the making stage. Then there's the final stage of hearing it, seeing it, like whether it's the video and the mastered song. And then there's the performing it, working that. I love those 3 with a passion, and I wouldn't change that order, no way or the other.
How you separate the music from family life? So having to deal with your wife, having to deal with your kid, having to deal with your mom and your siblings. How do you separate the two? Because where do you find the time?
It's all part of one life, and I think that's the selfish aspect. Like when you are a person who is in the public eye and you essentially it becomes selfish at times where it becomes your life. You know, the music is not, it's not something I can turn on and turn off. Sometimes I might be home spending time and then boom, I get an email about a project that needs to come out or a project to write. I'm not gonna say, well, hold on, it's family time, let me cut off. I mean, now I'm getting used to putting those boundaries in place.
Okay.
But for a very long time, I didn't have any. I worked 24/7 all the time.
How instrumental your wife is in who you are now? How instrumental is she in this aspect of you?
I guess it's the support, man. You know, sometimes it can be, yeah, but my family in general, like I am very lucky and blessed. Like my mother's been one of my advocates from small.
For many years, yeah.
From anything I've ever done. Like my mother, my brothers, you know, my sister, like.
So family's keeping you grounded?
They 100%. Like I always think, no matter what I do, I have to be able to play it in front of her and sit down and watch her reaction and see how she reacts, you know? And my mom is my number one supporter, you know, and sometimes she gets emotional. She says, son, you're working too hard. You're doing too much. You will get a break. I pray and you will get a break, you know? So to see her, you know.
You, for a lot of people who doesn't know you as well, and I hope they would have learned a lot from you, you in the profession of nurturing the next generation and potentially prime ministers, presidents, you know, defense chief, you're an educator. How important that is to you?
Very. It's something that I able to discover. So when I was on The Voice, as I mentioned, I remember coming from doing the show after the blind auditions and seeing the reaction and the response from the coaches, and then the next day I was teaching 30 kids in a class. So I went from a couple hundreds of people and TV cameras everywhere, makeup, this thing, hotel, crazy 48 hours to then being in front of class and the kids are watching me. And one thing I understand is that I work good with contrasting environments. That's who I am, you know. So the contrasting environments, the extremes is what makes me who I am. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So being a teacher and then going and sing on the weekends and touring and performing makes me the person that I am, because I'm able to use staying grounded, but also, you know, being able to be that example for those kids.
Yeah, you're
well.
an educator.
You know what I mean? And I've been an educator for 14 years. So same time, 15 years as an artist, you know, I've been teaching and performing the same time.
And let me take time off and say thanks for that, because I think educators are not actually given their flowers enough. And no, it's a task, because the responsibility of my child is in the hands of people like yourself, teachers who would actually nurture them to be who they want to be and to be productive citizens. You giving it all, receiving less of what you're giving, but you still continue to give. Where you want to be, where is that ultimate place you think you want to be?
I would want to be, I would want to help to create a pathway for the up and coming generation. So any other artists who want to pursue, I guess, as an artist, a Caribbean artist in the UK, the Europe by extension, I want to be comfortable and nurture the next generation. Possibly in X amount of years, might even go into management, because I know so much about the industry.
Yes, yeah.
But definitely use my talents, my writing ability, performing ability to continue to inspire both the old and the young.
Are you willing to work with understudies as far as writing is concerned? Because I think that is a thing that we lack somewhat within the industry. I mean, I know we have a few writers, and there's a group or clique of writers, but I think it's always good to have more. With you, is that something you would consider?
Yeah, I think that's an aspect of something I'll do, but definitely I think this year, 2024, I'm gonna try and shed some light on other artists who are doing it and create opportunities. So, you know, I am. There's a current artist from Grenada, Carriacou, who's here in the UK.
Mm-hmm.
That and also a girl from Tobago who's super talented. Over here, and I like what they're doing, and I want to try and see how whenever I'm doing anything in London to kind of I guess involve them. That's Leah Sophia. She's from Tobago, amazing vocalist, super talented.
Any collabs with her?
Yeah, possible? Actually, yeah, we did 2 songs already. One of her songs I did a remix to. But then there's also another guy. He's in the early stages, but he have the talent. And I'm gonna be, I guess, coaching or supporting him in regards to his product and then showing him how to distribute, how to release his song. And yeah, hopefully, you know, he takes it serious.
This is the part where I actually mind your business. You did what we call a listening party in person. You did one online. You have an EP potentially coming out within 3 months. Can we expect something of the sort, or is there something else?
No, 100%. So what would happen is, so back then obviously we used a club venue.
Yeah.
And we did a listening party. This time I think it would be probably a live band in the headquarters of somewhere. Yeah. Esteemed. So that it's presented differently, it's absorbed differently. Definitely a lot more industry people will be there. So the intentions would be whoever comes there would then carry that news from the listening party to extend it, you know. And then I'm looking to do my concert again, man. I can't.
Well, I was going to ask you that. What's happening with the concert? What's it?
So last year we did the theater. This year we still fine tuning because we had our issues with the theater, but it was amazing. The people are demanding it again. It was in Stratford Theatre. So first time a soca concert in the theater auditorium.
A concert in Carnival.
Carnival Friday. You know, I did my concert sold out. You know, so yeah, the aim would be to possibly, you know, take it there again if it's available, or maybe bring it back into the West, into the Hatta Carnival. Or it might be in one of the key places for Carnival over here in the UK.
Or outdoor somewhere.
Yeah.
So what about the overseas? What about the overseas fan? Would they be able, is there an intention to probably stream it as well?
Yeah, so that would be, so I'll definitely be calling you for that job. But no, we definitely thinking about doing it bigger, in the sense of sometimes it's not even about bigger, you know, but it's, I guess, fine tuning what we have, you know. But yes, I think definitely the exposure of it, the back end after doing it, it needs to come out. You know, if I show you the clips from last year, you'll be amazed. Like,
well, I saw some bits and pieces.
It was, you know, and what I did with that concert is I had somebody called Bubbles, the prodigal son. Who's like an esteemed hero, Jenny from the block. Like he you know, he
had his own
done
pan
his
side,
thing,
and
he's there with the history. But then I had Sheldon Blackman, who's the son of the guy who created soca, Lord Shorty, Rash Shorty, you know what I mean? I had Steel Pan Sam, who brought that authentic pan. I had Leah Sophia, who represented the ladies in Carnival as a vocalist and as the newly crowned Calypso Monarch. You know what I mean? Or Soca Monarch, whatever title she get. And then, you know, I brought out Wetty Beats, who is the most prolific, at this moment, most relevant producer, songwriter, artist for the last 5 years, to not only share the stage with me, but to showcase his catalog. And then I was the icing on the cake. You know, I was the cake, then I would say, you know. Where
so the idea is that Carnival Friday, Notting Hill Carnival Friday is that
we want to go back to the Joocie Thursday, essentially, yeah? But if we can't get back the Joocie Thursday, we're taking a Joocie Fridays.
Yeah. But the intention is to have the concert.
The intention is to always have the concert without by any means whatsoever necessary. It's gonna be out, and to give people enough time to get it. You know what I mean? Like with the last year, we only had I want to tell you probably had about 5 weeks, if that, and it pulled off. You know what I mean? So imagine having 3 months. Imagine having 4 months. 5 months, what can happen?
So where people could find you? Social media?
Yeah, Instagram, Snapchat, TikTok is Triniboi Joocie. So Triniboi JOOCIE. YouTube, but the main place is the DSPs, digital streaming platforms, Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon, you name it. Also, what we didn't mention, last year I was the face of Amazon Music.
You didn't mention brand ambassador for Notting Hill Carnival.
I'm also an cultural ambassador. For Notting Hill Carnival. It's so much things we do, but you know, we don't. To me, those are just accomplishments that I am grateful for. But my main focus is to ensure that I deliver quality and that I'm consistent.
Triniboi Joocie.
Thank you very much.
Straight talk.
Right? Straight up.
Real conversation.
Yeah, man. Okay. You don't know Triniboi Joocie right now. We here. We live and alive. Give thanks. Straight talk. It could be rum, but no rum today, boy. We had to drink water.